So here we have some past releases from last week. And the first one up is the Adidas Samba OG Black and Off-White Dia de los Muertes. I don't think these actually released in from what I've seen, and maybe they've got delayed, but I just want to sort of note that they were sort of scheduled for the 1st of October. And the same goes for the Crazy Chaos pair. And then also the ones that are supposed to have dropped on the 1st of October, again I didn't see them drop, was the Hello Kitty Adidas Adistar cushion and the Gazelle indoor. So maybe these have been delayed as well, but I never saw them release. And another one, same goes for these Nike Air Max Thunder Blue Ice. They were scheduled for the 1st of October, but I didn't see them drop, and I think maybe again they've been delayed for a few more weeks. And then also what released on the 1st of October, which is pretty much sort of sitting in most sizes, but usually they have a small size one on these, and it's the Air Jordan 1 PSG. And it's one of those sneakers that I'm not a big fan of the colorway, to be honest, and I think it doesn't look very nice from the photos, but obviously when you see these sort of sneakers in hand, they look a bit better. But for this one, I'm not feeling it. And another one that's been potentially delayed, and now it's got a sort of speculative date for October, is the Nike Air Max 1 86 Premium, and this is the Powerwall. So I'm not a fan of these in terms of the colorway, but it's one of those sneakers that's been highly regarded. I also got a shock drop last week for the Wu-Tang Nike High Dunks. And I'm not too much of a fan of these, to be honest, but I know there's obviously a cult following for Wu-Tang anyway. I mean, I do like the band, but I don't like the particular this particular sneaker. And it had a shock drop in the US. I'm not even sure if they have one in the EU or the UK. So let's wait and see. But it's one of those ones where I'm not even sure if it would have a wider release. But at the moment, there is a wider release supposed to happen at some point in October, but hasn't been announced just yet. And then also what released on the 1st of October was the Nike Air Max 180 Black Crimson. This is one that I'm not really too much of a fan of in terms of the colourway. It's got that sort of Halloween, sort of winter vibes going on, but it's not a colourway for me. And also what's supposed to have released on the 1st of October is the Nike Air Foamposite Metallic Copper. And this is a nice sneaker in terms of the colourway. I do like it, but something that I probably wouldn't buy personally. And I didn't see these drop in the EU and UK, and I might be wrong on that, but they did drop in the US, and it's the Air Jordan 1 85 white and black. And this is something that I may pick up on the resale market and at a later date once it sort of prices fall a bit, because I'm a big fan of low 85s in general. And also on the 3rd of October, we've got the Nike KD4 Aunt Pearls, and these came out as well. And I think from what I saw, I didn't see them in the UK and EU, so I'm guessing it probably was a US exclusive. And these ones kind of sold out in places. Is the Basement New Balance 1906Rs, and these are in the grey silver and black silver, and it's nice pairs, but not something for me personally. Just not a fan of this black and silver chrome type effect. And also what released on the 3rd of October, which is pretty much sitting on the Adidas confirmed app, is the Fear of God Athletics Adidas LA Runners. And you got the boot version as well as the low versions. I'm a fan of the low versions, and I think if I can grab this colorway on sale, because I think this is probably the nicest colorway that's released for the low versions, then I'm going to see if I can grab a pair, because I do find them more comfortable and they're much better than a standard, a regular Adidas runner type trainer. And then we also had the triple drop of the New Balance 1000, which is in the Mallard Green and Real Pink. And this was, I believe, released in the US, and I think it's coming out in the UK and EU in the next couple of days. And also on the 4th of October was the very limited Nigo Nike Air Force 3 Low. And this is a pair that I obviously did go after, but I lucked out. And they're kind of growing on me. Hopefully if the resale prices seem to be quite sort of reasonable at the moment, and if they keep falling, then I'll maybe look to cop a pair. But I'm more interested in the GR colorways if they're going to release any in terms of the GRs. I think that'd be the go-to for me personally. And something which was supposed to have dropped on the 4th of October was the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Tekken. And this one, again, hasn't dropped yet, and I'm guessing it's been delayed. And I know there's been a plethora of releases for the last week or 2 weeks, and I'm kind of glad that Nike have pulled back and waiting to release these, and maybe they'll come out near to the end of the month. And then another pair that's sat around is the Sansan Gear Asics Gel Terrains. Not like a bad looking sneaker, but it's not something that I'd personally look to grab. And also, this has seemed to be more in the US as well. I don't know if there's a EU UK date for these, but on the 5th of October it was the Air Jordan 1 High OG Satin Shadows. And no one asked for these, but they look alright, but not something that I personally would like. And also on the 5th of October we had the Air Jordan Concepts pack. This is a Concepts exclusive as far as I know. I do think the Jordan 1 lows are quite nice, but again, not something I'll be after. And something which I was surprised to see sell out is the Nike Dunk Low Berlin. However, at the same time, they do look nice, and I did mention before that the materials and the overall look of the sneaker does look really nice. Considering it's a black sneaker, I think they've done a good job for a regular GR Dunk Low. And also the pre-loved purples, Adidas AE ones, released on the 5th of October. And there seems to be a ton of colorways now for the AE one. Hopefully Adidas kind of stop on that. And then a trainer that I've reviewed the Collegiate Royal colorway on the 5th of October. And this is the Adidas Adizero Aruku. They're sitting at the moment on most places. For me, an average sneaker, not anything amazing in all honesty. And also what released in quite hard limited numbers and hasn't released in the UK and EU as far as I'm aware is the Jack Harlow New Balance 1906R. And not a bad sneaker, it's quite nice, but not something that I would personally have in my collection. And here are the upcoming releases. There isn't too many bangers this week, but there are a few to mention. And the first one up is the Eastside Golf collaboration, which is the Air Max 186 and the Air Zoom Victory. And what makes these ones different is the swoosh. You can kind of remove them and put in a different colour one if you want to. At the same time, it doesn't really look aesthetically pleasing to me. And then also on the 7th of October, we've got the New Balance Rain Cloud Pack. And this is the New Balance 1000 is a really nice model that came out this year from them. And I, am a fan of this particular model. They've released quite a lot of different colorways as well. So if you're after more of a simple colorway, then obviously the triple black and the triple white and the greys are, all, passable and, nice to sort of wear on a daily basis. So next up is the Adidas Samba made in Italy, premium tan leather. And I do like the leather quality on this sneaker just from the pics alone. However, the price on this just makes them really unobtainable for me. That £250, nearly sort of $300, just isn't worth it in my opinion. And on the 7th of October, we've got the Nike Zoom Vomero 5 in the Rome Flax. So this is something that I'm not really a fan of, but it's basically taking the Vomero, being a popular model, and just making it more outdoorsy. I just don't think it will be, just a not very pleasing looking sneaker in my opinion. And then also what we have on the 8th of October via a Kith exclusive is the New Balance 1000 and the 990 V4. I'm a big fan of both these models, and the V4 is very comfortable on foot, one of my go-to trainers now to wear sort of every day. And I would say this colorway as well is really nice, but will I pay full price for any of these? I don't think so. And then also we have the Nike Cortez Forest Gump. I think this is coming out on the 8th of October in the US. It seems to already released on the UK and EU. But I'm not a fan of these, in all honesty. It's not something that I would personally look to grab. And then also what's supposed to be releasing on the 8th of October is the Nike Air Max 1 Essential Escape. I do like the colourway. It's more of a fall colourway, but again, Air Max 1s aren't really good for fall, winter time. And then also supposed to be releasing on the 8th of October is the Nike Air Max 1 Kai Sonnet, and this is the low poly. and also in collaboration with Dot Swoosh. I think the pictures that I'm seeing of these now has kind of sold me on the sneaker. I do like the angled lines rather than sort of the curved lines what you typically see on an Air Max 1. However, it's not a sneaker that I'd pay resale for, and I think they'll be quite limited in from what I've seen anyway. So, however, I will be trying to go for them for retail if I can, but if not, then obviously, not that fussed if I don't get a pair. And then also on the 8th of October, in time for Halloween, is this Vomero 5, and it's got a Halloween theme all over the sneaker, and I'd imagine it also glows in the dark, and it's got like a spider theme going on. So I'm not a fan of these personally, but obviously some people will be. And then also on the 8th of October, we've got the New Balance 1906A, and this is the Refined Future pack, and coming from the Tech Explosion one that released in early August, I believe, or late July. And these two pairs are nice looking, and I'm a big fan of the 1906. However, these particular sneakers, I'm not a fan of the rugged look to them. It just, I don't know, it throws me off. I've seen the Tech Explosion in person, but I'm not a fan of them. And then on the 9th of October, we've got the Adidas Goldie Silver Birch SPZL. And this is a sneaker that's celebrating Goldie's 30th year anniversary, I believe, for his Metalhead record label, and then also for Adidas celebrating this particular model, I think, as well. So I think that's been 20 years or something like that. But it's a nice looking sneaker in terms of it being a collab, and something that I'll try and grab if it comes up on the confirmed app. And on the 9th of October, we've got the Reebok Premier Road Modern, and this is a collab with Packer. And I actually like the look of these. I think the colour scheme is really nice, and I've not seen this model before, to be honest, quite until this collab came out. But I'd even be interested in grabbing a pair of a GR version to try out. And then on 9th of October, we've got the Lionel Messi Adidas Samba White. Nothing special about this pair, to be honest, and it's got the Messi branding on there, but again, not something for me. And then something that's already released in the UK and EU is the Nike SB Dunk Low, and this is a City of Cinema. Currently they're sitting, and I'm just not a fan of the colourway. It's got more of a flaxy type colourway, but I'm just not, for me, it's not something that I'd look to buy personally. And then on the 10th of October, what's supposed to have released is the Nike Air Max TL 2.5. And I'm a fan of these sneakers. I do like the look of them. I've never had a pair before, and I'll try and see if I can maybe grab a pair. However, the only thing that's putting me off these is the outsole, midsole, which seems to be from an Air Max 97, which in all honesty isn't very comfortable on foot. On the 10th of October, we've also got the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro, and this is in the light carbon colourway. And the reason why I mention this pair is it's such an odd colour way where it shouldn't really match, but it does. And also I like the materials that are being used on this one. And on the 11th of October, we've got the Ducks of a Feather University of Oregon What the Ducks, and for me these are nice looking sneakers, but again I think they'll be limited and quite hard to get, so for that reason I'm not that fussed about them personally. And something which I may look to grab is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG Howard University, and these are coming out on the 12th of October. They're kind of growing on me. Initially I was a bit like not gonna grab them, but they do look nice, and let's see.